Hello, my name is Chad Kober, and I want to give a shout out to my family, friends, and all the coaches that have helped me get to where I am today.
Hi, I'm Ronnie. I want to give a shout out to my mom, my sister, my aunt, and grandma, and all my friends. Thank you for these amazing 4 years, and I can't wait for what's next.
Hi, my name is Chance, and I'd like to thank my parents for helping me out with my entire school career.
My name is Alexis Silva, and I'd like to shout out my family and just my coaches also.
Hey, I'm Gilbert Petito, and I'd like to shout out my mom, dad, brother, and sister.
Hi, my name is Kieran Basham, and I'd like to give a shout out to my parents and my teachers for always motivating me to do my best.
My name is Mariah Loftus, and I'd like to shout out my mom, my dad, my brother, and my grandparents.
Hi, my name is Charlie Sanchez, and I'd like to thank my family for supporting me and John Port for being there.
Hello, my name is Juan Chavello. I'd like to thank my family and John Cena for helping me be somebody.
My name is Hayden, and I would like to thank my friends Aiden and Jack for being there for me since freshman year.
Hi, my name is Kenny Arnold. I'd like to shout out my friends and family for always supporting me, whether that was for helping me study for tests or just showing up to my games.
Yay! Hi, I'm JJ Arrington, and I would like to thank my mom and my good friends John and Fred Hill.
Hello, my name is Kevin. I'd like to give a shout out to Adam, Edgar, my older brother Michael, and music.
Hi, my name is Ashley Mariano, and I'd like to thank my parents and my brother for always supporting me.
Hi, my name is Brianna Rollins, and I'd like to thank my parents, but also my favorite teacher, Mrs. Ataya, because they have supported me throughout my journey at Castaic High School.
My name is Madison Davila, and I want to thank my parents for always supporting me and my friends.
Hi, my name is Victoria Paragas. I'd like to shout out my very special boyfriend, Jacob Monreal, and a big thank you to my parents for their unwavering support.
Hello, my name is Travis Van Ness. I'd like to thank my parents for always being there for me on this journey.
Hi, my name is Valerie Cheer, and I'd like to thank my friends, especially the ones I've been friends with since kindergarten, my day ones, my family, and my teachers that were so supportive and taught me so much these past 12 years, 13 years of public school.
Hi, I'm Lacey, and I'm shouting out my mom, my dad, my coaches, my sister, and my friends.
Hi, my name is Alana. I'd like to thank my family, friends, and coaches.
Hi, my name is Sadie Hahn, and I would like to shout out my parents for always supporting me and being there for me whenever they can. I love you guys so much.
Hi, my name is Selena Schauke, and I would like to shout out my mom and dad for everything that they do. I love you guys.
I would like to give a shout out to my parents for always supporting me.
Hi, I'm Raquel Gonzalez, and I'd like to give a big thank you to all my family and my parents for always giving me their unconditional love and support.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Weiss, and I'd like to say thank you to my parents and friends for always pushing me to do my best.
Hi, I'm Connor Whitlatch, and I'd like to shout out my family and friends for always supporting me in everything that I do. And I also want to shout out Fern for being my emotional support animal at school.
Hi, my name is Janelle Estrella. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, and my cat Gracie for these last 4 years.
Hi, my name is Nathan. I'd like to thank my mom, dad, brother, and my grandparents for all their support, as well as my tutors I've had over the years for helping me throughout school.
Hi, I'd like to shout out my family, friends, and my boyfriend. Thank you all for being there and supporting me.
I'm Alex Coda, and I'm gonna give a shout out to Mr. Che, my parents, and Raiden Barons.
My name is Joseph Erickson. I want to shout out my dad for and my mom for birthing me, and then Christopher Martis. You know, he's a cool senior, great guy.
Hi, I'm Edgar Morales, and I'd like to shout out my family first for always supporting me, my mom especially, my friends for always helping me have a good time, and Syra, who's always been there for me and really helped me get through a lot of things.
Hi, I'm Cherish Hughes, and I'd like to shout out my mom and my dad and my sisters, my best friend Violet, and Miss Moss for always supporting me and being there for me.
I want to thank my family and friends for the support, love, and encouragement throughout the year. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys, and I want to give a special thank you to Kelly, Ariel, Lauren, and Carrie Ann for being the ones I truly looked up to.
Hi, my name is Isabella Avila, and I would love to thank my parents for always being there and my friends.
Hi, my name is Isabella Angulo. First off, I want to thank all my friends, my family, and all the teachers that helped me along the way. I will forever be grateful for you guys, love you, and I'll forever be a Coyote.
Hi, my name is Walker Grubb, and I'd like to thank my friends, my family, my teachers, and my coaches for such an amazing 4 years at Castaic High School.
Hi, my name is Crystal Luna, and I'd like to give a shout out to my friends and my family for always supporting me and being there for me when I needed it.
Hi, my name is Edith. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Ferry, Miss Kyoto, Miss O'Brien, Miss McAfee, Miss McMahon, and to Samantha, Francisco, Isabella, Annabelle, and yeah.
Hi, my name is Mallory Lapari. Thank you to my friends and family. Love you guys.
Hi, my name is Thomas Jones, and I'd like to thank my friends, both here and who graduated, my family, and my teachers, especially for putting up with me all 4 years.
Hi, I'm Chris Martis, and I just want to thank my coaches, my friends, and my family for supporting me through high school.
Hi, my name is Davi Bello, and I'd like to thank my family, my friends, and my girlfriend for helping me get through high school.
Hi, my name is Tony Ramos. I'd like to thank John Dazon too, and Nikki Lazara for being there for band and everyone else, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Damian Silvera, and I'd like to shout out my mom, dad, brother, and also all of my family for supporting me through this really fun and eventful high school journey. And I'd also like to shout out Mr. Kim, Ms. Song, Mr. Welch, and all of my amazing teachers for supporting me so much and just being there for me whenever I needed help, and always just encouraging me to go further and push further.
My name is Layla Sadra, and I am especially thankful for my family and my friends, as if I would have not gone through any of my high school years without them.
Hi, my name's Jasmine McNichol, and I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, Seabass, and all of my friends.
Hi, my name is Christine, and I'd like to thank my family and friends and God for giving me such an amazing high school experience.
Thank you to my loving mother and father and my wonderful friends for supporting me all throughout my 4 years of high school.
I would like to thank my parents, my friends, and my teachers for the last 4 years of my high school experience.
I'm thankful for my parents, specifically my mom, for being so hardworking, supporting me and my siblings. Thank you very much, Mother.
I'd like to thank my parents, especially my mom and my dad, for always supporting me, and thank you to my dog, Ivy.
How's it going? I'm Sarah Ruffner. I want to give a shout out to my mom and my dad for sure for getting me through the 4 years. And I want to give a big shout out to my brother, Uriah. He's just been someone I could talk to, and I love him, so appreciate you.
I'm Annabelle Barnes, and I would like to thank my parents for pushing me to be my best. And I would like to thank my mom, even though she couldn't be here, I know she's super proud of me. And I'd like to thank my best friends, Kai and Julie, for just getting me through these last 4 years of high school.
Hi, my name's Priscilla. I would like to thank my parents, my brothers, and all my family, and even Miss Monica or Tina also for helping me finish this school year, all 4 years. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Samantha Tejada, and I would like to shout out my mom, my sisters, my dad, and Michelle, Francisco, Abby, and Genesis. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jay Broderick. Family, I want to appreciate you. Y'all know who you are and what you guys did. I want to shout out Miss Van Duzy for being an amazing teacher. Mr. Che, you're the GOAT. Miss Burrow, I would have failed stats if you didn't push me and stuff. And Coach Shakir and Unc, I'm gonna miss you.
My name is Noah Gonzalez, and I would like to shout out Miss Van Duzy, Miss Ataya, Miss Kyoto, Miss McAfee, and Unc. If you know, you know.
Hi, my name is Leo, and I would like to thank my family and all the teachers who supported me throughout my journey and helped me become the person I am today.
Hi, my name is Jack Barquero. I'd like to give a shout out to my dad, my mom, Abby, Wilson, and Rosquito.
Hey, my name is Michelle Baez, and I'd like to give a special shout out to my family, my friends, and all the teachers who believed in me. Thank you.
My name is Jaden Klimenkow, and I want to thank my family, my friends, and all my coaches for always supporting me.
My name is Ty Delary. I want to thank my friends and family for helping me, and Miss Beatty and Miss Kyoto for being the best teachers.
Hello, my name is Adam. I'd like to give a shout out to friends, family, and music.
My name is Michael Schubert.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for helping me get through all of high school. Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Riley, and I'd like to thank my mom, dad, and 2 brothers for always supporting me and inspiring me to do my best.
Hi, I'm Riley Alver. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sisters for always supporting me throughout my high school career. Bye, love you guys.
Hi, my name is Cleo Gao, and I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my brother for always supporting me. And I'd like to give a special thanks to the Alber family for getting me through high school. I couldn't have done it without all of you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nishika, and I'd like to thank my parents, grandparents, and little brother for always supporting me, as well as my grandma for always watching over me.
Hi, my name's Camden Mickelson, and I'd like to thank my parents and the rest of my family for always supporting me.
Hi, my name is Macy, and I'd like to thank my mom and my grandma for supporting me, and my dad for always watching over me.
Hi, I'm Kaya Billick, and I would like to thank my parents and my best friend Ellie and my friends at school for helping me and motivating me.
Hi, my name is Jaden Oliver, and I'd like to thank my parents for helping me and supporting me through the last 4 years of high school, and I'd like to thank my teachers for being patient with me and helping me through every step.
It's Andrew. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for continuously pushing me for everything I've done in my 4 years of high school. Thank you guys.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Reinbold. I would like to thank my parents, my siblings, and my grandparents, and my favorite junior, Kara Ochoa.
I just want to shout out my family and all my friends. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today. And all of your support has meant so much to me, and I love you guys so much. And I want to thank Mrs. Hanks, Mr. Welch, Mrs. Van Duzy, and Mrs. Ataya for always inspiring me.
My name is Gabe Soto. I would like to thank my mom, my family, and all my friends throughout the year, and a special shout out to Coach Josh.
Hi, my name is Alia, and I'd like to thank my mom and my dad for always supporting me, my brother for getting me through high school, and all of my friends for always being there for me.
Hi, my name's Jordan, and I'd like to thank my parents, my sister, my amazing friends, and the teachers that encouraged and supported me throughout everything.
My name is Bella. I'd like to shout out my parents, my friends, all the teachers that inspired me, and the man behind the camera, Connor Whitledge.
My name is Dylan Franco. I'd like to thank my parents, my mom, my dad, my grandma for helping me get to where I am today and shaping me to be who I am. Thank you.
I'd like to thank my parents. I'd like to thank all the admin. I'd like to also give a shout out to Mr. Ferry. If you're here tonight, I thank you. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jeremiah Lara. I'd like to shout out first and foremost my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And then I'd like to shout out my parents for being super supportive of me and just for being great people and just loving me throughout all my 4 years of high school. And I want to shout out my little brothers, Malachi, Ezra, and my little sisters, Kylie and Kaya. And then also I want to shout out my tutor, Dawn. Thank you for everything.
Hi, my name is Mia Sadra. I would like to thank my family and friends for being my biggest supporters throughout high school.
Hi, my name is Kennedy Crone, and I'd like to thank my friends and family for always supporting me and being there for me.
Hi, I'm Dylan Baez, and for tonight I would like to thank my family, my friends, and all the people who have been there through me all throughout my senior year. I appreciate every single one of you.
I just want to thank my coaches, teammates, friends, and family for pushing and motivating me every single day. I wouldn't be here without you guys. Thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to Miss Amy for being a wonderful helper to me all throughout the semester. And I must say, I'm really gonna miss you.
Hi, my name is Kai Soulette, and I would like to thank my family and coaches for supporting me throughout my whole high school journey.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I would like to thank my family and my friends for getting me through these 4 years of high school.
Hi, my name's Damian Infanzon, and I would like to shout out my dad and my mom for supporting me through this long journey of high school.
Hi, my name is Deanna Khan, and I'd like to thank my friends and family, especially my mom, who got me through high school.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my 2 younger brothers, and most importantly, my dog.
Mom, Dad, I just want to thank you for everything. It's been a journey. I cannot believe I'm here graduating right now. I love you so much. Sagapo Poli, Efaristo Poli. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Zach Press. I just want to thank my parents and everybody who got me here, especially my family. I wouldn't be here without you guys, and I'm excited for what's next to come.
My name is Aaron Rodriguez. Thank you, Miss Kyoto and my family for supporting me all my years in high school.
First things first, I'd like to shout out my parents for always being there for me and supporting me throughout the whole journey of high school. And also, I'd like to shout out all of my teachers for always being there for me and believing in me. And the most important thing, I'm proud to be a Coyote. Oh!
Hi, my name's Annie Lopez, and I want to shout out my amazing parents who told me to seize every opportunity I could ever have, my grandparents for all their love and support, and my friends who are with me every step of the way. Thank you, and I love you all.
I just want to thank my parents, my mom and my dad, and my brother for always supporting me through these last 4 years. And I also want to thank my friends. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Depa-Hostin. I'd like to give a big shout out to my mom, my dad, my cousin, my grandma, and my supportive friends and family. And also to my wonderful teachers. Thank you. Love you guys so much.
My name's Kaylee Jarrett, and I would like to thank my family, my friends, and especially my little sister Lillian.
Hi, my name is Anastasia Pajosa. I just want to shout out one of my amazing teachers, Mr. O, also my family, my parents, and especially my grandfather for helping me through the school year, and my amazing, beautiful friends.
Bye-bye. Hi, I'm Nora Wild. I'd like to thank my friends, family, teachers, and my cats for their unconditional love and support.
I'd like to shout out my mom, my dad, my little brother Cole, and all my amazing friends. Thank you so much.
My name is Andrew Lukava, and I'd like to shout out my mom, my dad, my brother for always being there to support me. My best friends Hayden and Jack, Miss Torres who are taking me to and from school, Miss Ashley, and Eileen. I thank you and your family for being here. I love you all.
Hi, my name is Wes. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Tursky, Mr. On, and Miss Van Duzy, and I want to shout out Bray, Michael, and my two amazing parents.
Hi, my name's Edith Michelle Varela, and I'd like to shout out my dad for supporting me through my high school experience, as well as my mom, my best friend, my friends, my family. I'd like to give a special shout out to Miss Monica, Miss Tina, Miss O'Brien, Mr. Che, Mr. V, and yeah, thank you.
So I'd like to thank my mom and dad for always being there, and I'd like to thank my best friend Ariel for always being there for me whenever I need her.
Hi, my name is Isabel Cruz, and I'd like to thank my mom, my tia Lily, my tia Pita, my abuelos Lito and Nita, and all of my other family and friends for helping me along my journey to graduating high school. I love you guys, and thanks.
I'd like to thank my parents and my best friend Isabel.
Hi, my name is Mason, and I'd like to thank my parents, my friends, and the rest of my family.
Hi, my name's Nick Waldron. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for being there for the last 4 years, my sister for going to school with me, and my friends for being there by my side at all times.
My name is Alvin Clark. I would like to shout out my dad, my family, my brother, my sister, and most importantly, God. I'd like to thank my dad for being there for me every step of the way, and without him, I wouldn't be able to be the man I am today. And shout out Miss O'Brien. She's been there for me since freshman year. She's just a great teacher.
All right, I'd like to shout out my family, my friends, and my favorite rapper, JPEG Mafia.
I'm Jaden Ong, and I want to shout out Lorraine Ong and Barry Ong, my parents, for always pushing me to do better.
Hi, my name is Dylan Key. I'd like to shout out my parents and my siblings for doing so much for me in my life, and I love you guys.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I want to give a shout out to my mom, my dad, my whole family, and my friends for being able to get me through these 4 years of high school.
Hi everyone, my name is Ava Hamilton, and I wanted to thank my mom, dad, and brother for supporting me all throughout high school. Congrats to the class of 2025.
Hi, my name is Giovanni Foster. I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my sister Bella, everyone in La Familia, and my girlfriend Haley.
Hi, my name is Mason Hanks, and I'd like to give a thank you to my mom and dad for always being there and supporting me no matter what.